55 and single on a Friday night, and what do I wish I had? A man friend. Just a man, a nice man, a kind man that is my friend, just my friend, that I wouldn't have to worry about hitting on me or getting a little handsy, anything to that effect. Just a man that is a friend to go watch the rocket launch with tonight and go grab a bite to eat. You know, you pay for you, I pay for me. There's no dating to it or anything to that effect. Just a friend that is a man. So when I go down to the beach to watch the rocket, I feel safe and comfortable. Nobody's hitting on me. Nobody's, it's a thing. Now, when I was younger, I had a friend that was a man friend. He was my best friend, Sean. Sean was his name. He was my buddy. And you know what? I could sleep in the same bed with him and never worry about anything. It was amazing. And that was one of my favorite friendships in my entire lifetime. So yeah, a man friend. That's what I'd like to have.
Oh my, this elder post-war Cohen wants a man friend. Translation, you want the benefits of a boyfriend without having to put out anything on your part. I mean, your best friend when you were young, i.e. when you were hot, Sean, he was just a simp orbiter waiting for the moment that you would give him a chance, and you dangled that carrot in front of him immensely. I mean, if you slept in the same bed with him and didn't do anything with him, oh boy, did you manipulate him. But guess what? Your SMV is low. That's why you can't find a man friend. Most of the men that are single, your age, are more experienced. Even the simps would rather simp to a younger woman than a woman who's 20 years post-wall. Listen, honey, no man in your age group is going to want to hang out with you. Why would they? They could have a better time with their friends. And hell, if you want a friend, why don't you go find another woman to hang out with? Oh, that's right. You want to feel safe. Like I said, you want girlfriend benefits without putting out anything. Not going to happen. You want to go out and feel safe? Hey, if you want girlfriend benefits, you're going to have to put in the girlfriend kind of work. You're not willing to do it, you're not going to get it. Sorry to burst your bubble there, sweetheart, but you're not the young hottie you used to be where the Seans in the world would trip over themselves trying to get close to you to see that if maybe, golly gee whiz, one day you may put out. Before we move on, I want to bring attention that 70% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. It really helps out. Moving on.
Driving home from work, that's when I do my best thinking, I thought of another deal breaker that I want to add to my growing list of deal breakers for dating in my 50s. A lot of the men on this app are going to come after me and say things like, "You're such a gold digger, Debbie." And all of my deal breakers are based on actual dating experiences. I'm the one who's ended up digging men out of financial binds, or trying to, and I'm done. So if you're a guy in your 50s and flat broke, I'm out. And here's some of the things that qualify as subcategories. You haven't paid child support. I'm out. You once read the Constitution and you feel like the IRS is not empowered to collect. I'm out. I'm out. So you don't pay your taxes, I'm out. I'll give you one bankruptcy maybe 20 years ago, but if it's due to out of control debt and you keep refiling like it's a pattern of poor behaviors with money, I'm out. You see, here's the reason why I am not up for changing a man's financial behaviors in my 50s. It's because I'm 57 years old and my runway every day is getting shorter and shorter toward retirement. I cannot put my financial well-being on the line for your poor financial decisions over the course of your life. I'm out.
Whatever.
Oh, you're done digging men out of financial binds? I thought you ladies all wanted equality across the board. Well, you got it. Now you're the boss, babe. Getting yourself a hot man that you can maintain. Oh, you're done? You don't like doing that? So let me get this straight. You're 57 and you still want men to financially support you. Because if you say, no, you want to go 50-50, yeah, I'm not buying that, and neither are any of my viewers. And you're out if you consider a man broke. And your definitions of broke is you haven't paid child support, you're not paying your taxes, and you have poor money behavior. You're out. Well, that goes both ways, Chloe. I mean, men could look at you and say, hey, you know what? I like that list. I'm going to use that list, and I'm going to add something else to it. If you're over 35, then I'm out of taking you as a serious relationship. You are recreational use only. If you have multiple baby daddies, you are recreational use only. If you are masculine, you're recreational use only. If you have more baggage than London Heathrow Airport, you are definitely recreational use only. Maybe you missed a memo here, Colleen, but men age like wine, women age like milk. What I specifically mean by that is the older you get, the fewer options you have because your money doesn't mean anything to men. On the flip side, the older men get, the more options they have because men don't have a problem dating down like you women do. Men don't have a problem dating younger. Men have more options as they age. Your options from when you were a young hottie went from a Great Lake all the way down to a shallow puddle. Men, on the other hand, have gone from slim pickings when they were young and broke to practically a very complete menu in their 50s, and they're financially well off as long as they've taken care of themselves. Moving on.
You can rebuild your life after 36 years of marriage ends. Trust me, I'm doing it. I've done it. I have learned a lot about myself. I've learned that obstacles aren't really roadblocks. They're actually stepping stones. It's funny when you've spent a decade building a life with someone, you forget how much of you is still in there waiting to grow, waiting to shine. Yeah, it's hard. There are days the loneliness hits harder than others. But I've also found strength I didn't even know I had. I've grown in ways I could never imagine. I'm more independent. I'm more self-assured. I am more grateful for the simple things in life. You know, and the positives, yeah, they're there.
She's going to sink, Captain.
But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
She can't float.
All right, my grand elder post-war Colleen. My only question to you is, if you are doing so awesome after being in a relationship, I'm assuming marriage, for 30 plus years, what is the purpose of this video? If everything's going great, it's going dandy, why do you have to make this video? I mean, if you're going to say, oh, this is to inspire other women, how many women are getting out of a 30-year marriage? Huh? That's not a big number. I would venture to say that the reason you're making this video is not for women who are divorcing their husbands after 30 years of marriage. I would venture to say you're doing this video to reinforce your beliefs. So you could say to yourself, I'm doing awesome, and you can have a bunch of women agree with you, yeah, you're doing awesome. So you can feel that you actually made the right choice. I'm sorry, but you see, a person who's happy with their choices, a person who actually did the right choice, they don't have to promote to the world, I did a right choice. They just did it, they live with their happiness, and they keep going. They don't need anyone to pat them on the back. They don't need any self-reflection anywhere else. They're just like, okay, hey, I'm done. Let me keep going. Somehow, some way, I believe that maybe, just maybe, you're not feeling too awesome about your choices. But let's hear what else she has to say.
I've discovered new passions, TikTok. I've connected with new amazing friends, and I'm building the life that I want, the life that I truly want. And I think the most important lesson out of all of this is that it's never, never too late to be happy. So if you're going through something similar, I just want you to know that you are much stronger than you think. And although it may be hard in the beginning to really fully understand this, trust me, I know, but the end really isn't the end. It really is not the end. As a matter of fact, it is actually the start of a brand new chapter. And I promise the best parts of your story, they're still ahead. I promise you that. And I want you to remember that you can overcome anything. Those obstacles, they're just part of the process. Hang in there.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts. Oh, Lord.
Wait a second. Did this grand elder post-war Colleen say that TikTok is a passion? Seriously? If TikTok is a passion, I really do feel sorry for any woman who follows that line. I mean, you actually need validation from a bunch of strangers online from your videos of you patting yourself on the back to make you feel better, as in a passion? Oh, jeez. You really need some therapy there, Colleen. And I'm being serious about this. TikTok is social media. That's kind of like an addiction for validation. That's not healthy. And what makes this even sadder is that she actually said that the best part of your story is ahead of you. I mean, are you telling me that out of your marriage of 30 some odd years being with the man who took care of you, the best part of your story is getting on TikTok, getting validation from strangers, and jumping back on the carousel? I mean, this is some clown world kind of stuff that you're saying here. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not good advice. I'm sorry, ladies. This sounds to me like a woman who made some bad choices and then she's trying to get other women to validate her bad choices. Since when is a social media account better than being with a person you've already built a life with? But hey, I mean, she's probably trying to make up for a lost time, as in lost carousel rides. Moving on!
Okay, so life in your 50s after divorce. is like a whole nother era. Like, I am not saying I am an advocate for divorce at all, because I'm just not. And I'm a true believer in marriage and everything that it entails. I promise you that. But things don't work sometimes. No hard feelings. You can walk away with love. But life in your 50s, after a divorce and after you've raised children, as an empty nester now, is pretty freaking amazing. To tell you, it just is not bad. Like, sure, I reminisce that I wish my kids were little again, and you know, those memories, and they are my best friends. But it's almost like finding yourself again. It's like going back to the you that was before ever marriage.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Oh, she's not an advocate of divorce, but his grandmother post-walk Halloween says that after divorce, you can start over and you can walk away with love. Yeah, along with that, with half the assets plus alimony side bonus with possible child support. Sure! I'm pretty sure her advice is going out to the gender-neutral crowd. Yeah. But in her case, she's actually talking about divorce as an empty nester. So in other words, you waited until after the kids were raised to divorce your husband so you can get back out there. Because it's pretty freaking amazing. I'm pretty sure the butterflies that you get from Chad/Tyrone laying that pipe counts as amazing and so much more. And as she said, it's almost like finding the you that was again. The you before ever marriage. In other words, she's living out the fantasy of riding the carousel and getting on as many sausages as she can now that she's later on in life. And yeah, it's amazing and it's fun, but it's not going to last forever. Sooner or later, the carousel ride's going to end and you're going to have to pay for the rides. That's usually the part where women say dating isn't fair and it's pretty terrible. But let's hear what else she has to say.
Before children, that you that just was discovering you, it's like a rebirth. And there's something about when you're single again, not to say that, you know, when you're married it takes away from anything, because it doesn't. But it truly is like, who am I? Not who am I with my kids, not who am I with the spouse, not who am I, but just back to who am I? And it's hard to describe or explain because there's not one that's better than the other, worse than the other, any of that. But you single ladies that understand what I'm talking about, it's kind of just a thing that is like pretty invigorating, or should I say empowering or liberating? I don't even have the word for it, but it's pretty incredible.
Oh boy, it's a restart of who you were before you got married. Yeah, this is just a woman trying to justify it. Going out there and getting all that thunder meat and saying, oh yeah, you know, the vibes, this and that, how I feel like it without my kids. Please, sister. You're going out there and you're getting ran through and you're living out the fantasy of like, OMG, I'm getting so much meat. It's amazing. I don't need my husband for this crap. Yeah, you don't. You're absolutely right. You don't. But what happens afterwards? What happens when all of a sudden you get that triple-digit body count, and then you say, you know what, I want to be married again, but no man wants to touch you. Because really, Colleen, you don't deserve to be touched at that point. Liberating, invigorating, empowering. Honey, they're all a bunch of words for getting your taco cracked. And you thinking that, OMG, this is exactly what I wanted. All I have to say is enjoy it. Yes, it's going to be awesome. It's going to feel great. But eventually, that gravy train is going to come to an end. Or should I say the sour cream train is going to come to an end. And then you're going to find yourself looking at retirement all alone. I mean, you don't hear men saying to you that you're not going to enjoy that carousel ride. Of course you are. And the same men that tell you that you're going to enjoy that carousel ride are always going to say, hey, enjoy those cats and box wine, because at the end of the day, that's all you're going to have left.
Now that's a lot of damage.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.